Looking to buy Ultimate Team coins? Check out FIFACoinTrader.com for a fast, reliable service. What's up, guys? Goodness here, bringing you another Team of the Season player review, and this time it's Edinson Cavani, the Uruguayan striker who plays for Napoli. This is the team I'm playing. We got him up top in a 4-3-2-1 formation, and I also want to say a shout out to Razu Fifa. He does all my thumbnails and he's got an excellent channel. Make sure you go check him out, and if you like it, subscribe. There'll be a link to his channel in the description below. So he's 6 foot, he's right footed, he's got a 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves. He cost me 547k, but his price is dropping, and he played 9 games for me and managed to score me 13 goals. So how does he compare to his regular card? Well, he's had one of the bigger increases, going up by 6 points overall, and his pace, defending and heading have gone up by 6, his passing and dribbling have gone up by 9, and his shooting seen the biggest increase, has gone up by 11. So a massive increase overall, a total of 47 points gone up, so it must be a considerable improvement. And let's see how that impacts on his in-game stats. So the standouts being 90 ball control, 99 finishing the maximum, 91 heading accuracy, 92 long shots, 95 penalties, 98 shot power, and 90 volleys. He can play as a striker, centre forward or left winger. He weighs 163 pounds. He's got high attacking and high defensive work rates. He's got 91 acceleration, 95 agility, 98 jumping, 93 reactions, 93 sprint speed, and 81 strength. He has 97 aggression and 89 attacking position. So I wasn't a big fan of his regular card and even his first in form. But seeing the increase in his stats, thought, well, you know what? This may be the real deal. This may be the one version of him that is outstanding. So I thought, let me take a look at him and ultimately do a review for you guys to consider. So his price has dropped quite a lot considerably, and I think that's due to the reasons that I'll go through in this review. But let's start with the good things. This guy has incredibly balanced stats. He's even got 70 defending. Yes, 70 defending for a striker. That's ridiculous. And that just makes him pretty versatile, and it means that he's useful all across the pitch for you. And I've noticed that with Team of the Season players, that when they get these big upgrades, that it does make them very versatile. Vidal's a good example of that as well. He can literally play anywhere on the pitch. So what else is good about this guy? Well, he's quick, and that's always what you want from your striker. You want someone with pace. He doesn't feel as quick though as his card would suggest. He probably feels more like 87 pace to me, or 85, rather than the 91 that's on the card, but he's still quick enough to leave defenders for you. What else is good about him? He's got great dribbling as well, so he can weave in and out of defenders and leave them for dead as well. That combined with his pace means that he will be useful for you when you're travelling with the ball. What other things are good? His finishing is probably the biggest thing about him. He's got 99 maximum finishing, and when he gets an opportunity on that right foot, his strong foot, he will score. There's no doubt about that. You get him in the right position with no one touching him or leaning on him at all, free to have a shot, and he will beat the keeper 9 times out of 10. He's also fantastic in the air. He's got ridiculously good jumping, as well as a fantastic heading stat as well. And even though he's not the tallest, he will win those headers for you when you're attacking as well as when you're defending. I specifically built this squad to try the different Team of the Season strikers. All I'd need to do is swap in each one, while the remaining outfield players remain the same. So it makes it very easy to compare, and hopefully it will be useful for you guys to see who is the better player for you. So why am I not as impressed with him as I was with Balotelli? So let me go into that. One of the things was his strength. So it says 81 on the card, and 81 usually is pretty decent, but for me he didn't feel like 81 strength. He felt more like in the 70s, and he just didn't feel as strong as I thought he would do, or I hoped he would be on the ball, and got pushed off quite a lot. Now I believe it's due to his weight. Again, I mentioned in the Balotelli review that strength is dictated by weight rather than height these days, and he is weighs 20 pounds or so less than Balotelli, and that was noticeable in his strength. Other thing I didn't like about him, he's got a high defensive work rate, so it meant that he was just trying to help out too much, and it drew him out of position. He does have good movement and good runs when you've got the ball, but sometimes you have to wait for him to catch up from doing his defensive duties to make those runs for you. What else didn't I like? He's only got a 3-star weak foot, so it meant it was a bit more of a lottery when you had those opportunities. On his left foot, you're probably looking at about 50-60% of the time you could work the keeper or score a goal, but there are those opportunities where you think it's going to go in and it would just sail wide or over, which is always slightly disappointing. The other thing that I noticed is that his in-game stats look immense, they look unreal, but he didn't seem to play like that in the game, and that was slightly disappointing. I had higher expectations looking at those stats than how he played for me. So he's fairly decent at free kicks, not the greatest, but if you've got awful players elsewhere, then he'll do a job for you, and also he's good at penalties. So let's review overall. He's got amazing deadly finishing amazing on his right foot, lethal. He's got balanced stats all round, which is pretty good if you're looking for someone to do all the work for you or help out in other positions. He's a monster in the air and he's got decent dribbling. The bad things were his high defensive work rate, which meant he often trapped back into midfield to help out and help you win the ball back. But when you want to counter quickly, it's not what you want, and you had to wait for him often to catch up with play. He felt weaker than his 81 strength would suggest, and also for me, I thought he would be better looking at his in-game stats than he actually played in the game. And the final thing that I didn't like about him was his freestyle weak foot was a bit of a lottery with chances, and you'd always want someone with a higher weak foot if possible. So that's it. I give him an 8.5 out of 10. He is a decent striker. He's useful. He's got very good attributes, but also he has those flaws compared to the alternatives out there, especially in Serie A, which means that he's not quite as good as them, and that's why I've given him this score. So that's it, guys. If you like this review, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.